Zonneveld is getting better and better and better. Yanni Harvisto was a tough test. He came through it. Mike De Decker, he did not play his best stuff against De Decker, but he found enough to beat the Belgian number one on home soil.
First leg,
Last
Niels
week,
to
he
throw
was
first.
incredible in
Game
beating
on.
mighty Michael van Gogh. Could it be another special win and a special weekend for Niels Zonneveld here? Rob Malarkey alongside me, Dan Dawson, for the opening game of the day.
Well, if it is to be a special day for him, I think he'll need to really just lay down a few markers. I don't think he can afford to allow Littler to race away with this one. And I think the first leg could 59. Be key, especially on the Zonneveld throw as well. I thought with Kirchmaier yesterday, he was just beaten from pretty much the word go. I mean, Littler led 5-0, and there was some plenty of brilliant examples of what Littler's all about in that as well. There was an 11-darter, a 12-darter. I was really impressed with the fifth leg, even though it was a 15-darter. The finish was just sublime. It was so smooth. And at one stage, he was threatening a very big European Tour average. In the end, just the mere 104.7. And the finishing was good from Littler again yesterday as well. 6 from 11, although there were 2 instances of double-doubles as well. So read into that what you will, as Littler rattled in the first 180 of the match to get down to the biggest finish of the lot. And this would certainly set a very high bar if Littler were to take this one out.
140, Luca Di Caio 170.
The start of the day, 180, 170 out. In the first leg of the day.
124. Luca Di Caio 105.
Little warning there for Niels Zonneveld, who will have been in no doubt whatsoever about the scale of the task ahead of him in this one.
46.
As Littler sizes up the 46 that he needs here. So tops for Littler for the opener, and that is a break of throw as well.
Second leg, Luke to throw first.
Well, I spoke barely a few seconds ago about the need for Zonneveld to make a bright start, not allowing Littler to race away with this one, and there's the early break. And there are the early warning signs once again. But you're right, it was a very resilient performance by Zonneveld yesterday against De Decker. He trailed 2-0, he trailed 4-2. Trailed 5-3 before zipping off the last 3 without reply.
$81.
And I mentioned those good numbers on the finishing for Littler yesterday. Bear in mind, he did actually miss 4 match darts late on as well in that one. Zonneveld.
180.
Maybe thinking about producing something special in response to the loss of that first leg then.
134.
You wanted a bright start.
You
wanted him to lay down and mark. Ooh, he didn't like that much.
85.
Brilliant leg of darts though from Niels Zonneveld. It's not one that he'll necessarily win.
But should win from here if he's to harbour any genuine ambitions of producing an upset in this one. 2 darts at tops to get the break back.
His double 10 hitting has been excellent this last couple of weeks.
Third leg, Niels to throw first.
Break straight back.
Game.
Because it's draw bracket order on the final day. The winner of this game faces the winner of the next one. That's Danny Notter and Ryan Searle.
$140. $94.
This match being played at a very different pace to the one that we saw last night between Littler and Kirchmaier. And against a very subdued backdrop right now as well. But Zonneveld last weekend, as you mentioned, Dan, some of the scoring that he put in that run to the semi-finals. Twice a semi-finalist on the European Tour stage now is Niels Zonneveld.
134. 64.
Okay, that gets into a Shanghai finish. Littler could go on the bull. He's going aggressive. Bother with double-double, so he doesn't get a dart for the leg. Now Niels Zonneveld to lead this game. Treble single-double.
Yeah, can't find the treble, and Little is
100.
ready to make his move once again. Double 10 for Littler. Side.
35.
You talked about Zonneveld's prowess on double 10 of late, and this is another opportunity for him to showcase his talents. He's not taking it on this occasion. Double 5. Well. Horror show of a leg, this one.
Get 2-1 Littler, everything being won against the darts, but Niels Zonneveld will be kicking himself there.
Game.
Going to beat the best players, you usually have to take chances like that.
Yeah, that is just typical of Littler as well. Having dodged that bullet in leg 3, he kicks off leg 4 with a 180 just to reimpose himself, as he does so often.
62.
Just to make things worse for Zonneveld. That opportunity was a good one for him as well to get in front in this match, and all of a sudden Littler is coming to life with 140, and look at the anger on his face as he retrieves his darts as well. So annoyed with himself for that wayward final dart. He's still muttering away at the front of the stage as well.
59.
He loves playing here. He's been very vocal about that. You might not see him very often in What is going on?
Oh, my goodness me.
What is wrong with... I had a lot of respect for this crowd over the few years we've been coming here, and it has just evaporated in seconds.
54. Luke 122.
Yeah, if Belgium's not careful, they're going to lose these Euro Tour events if that sort of thing carries on.
Tops for a 1-2-2. Love the route, love the execution. Superb stuff from Luke Littler.
Throw first. Game.
Yeah, that fluidity that I talked about yesterday with that 119 checkout for a 5-0 lead against Kirchmar. That was very evident once again there with the 1-2-2. It is a good route, isn't it?
Well, it's a 1-2-2 starting on the bullseye. It's the same sort of idea as starting on the bullseye for a 1-2-1, which a lot of players do. But not many of them go bull first on the 1-2-2. I'm surprised more haven't adopted it because they've been convinced that the 1-2-1 is a sensible shot, and it's a very similar principle.
Well, Littler's numbers are excellent, aren't they? The way he orchestrates these routes to 501 seems to bring a fresh emphasis, a reinvention of the wheel when it comes to finishing sometimes these routes to glory that he employs.
65.
And Littler's got a stern look on his face. He doesn't look totally happy with how things are going so far. I think he's obviously somebody who sets himself very high standards, but that is a measure of the man as well.
Another in there. Give him a go at double 18 for a 156.
120.
4 visit legs. Threatening to fly in all over the place in this game.
Yeah, Littler leads 3-1.
134.
And he might get a 4-1 lead as well, but it doesn't really feel like it. Let's see if Zonneveld can get anywhere close to this double 18.
Game shot the fifth leg, Niels Zonneveld. 6 leg Luke to throw first. Game.
Just the one break in it. 2 breaks to 1 in Littler's favour. Throwing first for a 4-2 lead.
100.
Zonneveld, though, doesn't look overawed by this at all, does he? Looks very relaxed on stage and just taking it step by step.
80.
Bit of a snarl there, but I think his temperament, certainly last weekend in Göttingen, was brilliant. In the end, his run was ended by his former next-door neighbour, Wessel Nyman, who was sensational. He just didn't have any answers to Wessel, but then nobody did that day.
100.
Really good. 4th 180 for Niels Zonneveld.
6 in the match in total.
57.
Littler's win last night, making it 14 wins and 1 defeat so far this month for March, including that 6 on the bounce en route to his latest Big TV title at the UK Open. He's off to Berlin this week, of course, for the Premier League. Latest assignment there.
91. Niels requires 61.
Niels Zonneveld to break and level the game, and he would have the darts. Single 14 now. Gives him a dart at tops. And again, he's missed the dart for a 12 dart.
Yeah, and he's missed the dart for the breaker throw as well, and Littler ready to pounce on 160. This would be so typical of Luke Littler to pull this one out of the bag. Ooh, that was there. I'm pretty sure that was there.
I think it's caught a fly at one of the previous darts. Yeah, you can see it may have been destined for it, but he didn't stay out of the way of those darts. And double 10 is there for Niels Zonneveld. That is the break. Niels Zonneveld is 3 holes of throw away from being the first player to beat Luke Littler in this venue. It sounds straightforward. That's 3 holes of throw against the best player in the world. That's still very hard.
But it is a great position to be in.
It's better than 6 holes of throw away, which is where we were at the start.
2 breaks apiece. Back on throw. Zonneveld has the advantage. But it could quickly evaporate. He knows that. He'll be brutally aware of that. And after a sluggish start like this with 41 scored, he needs to pick up the pace in this second visit as well.
135.
Good recovery with the final dart there as well. There was a little touch on the way through, but he has survived to come away with 135. Just the 58 from Littler. So Zonneveld back in position once again in this leg after that slow start.
$81.
Yeah, and any visit like that, Zonneveld is going to give you that sort of reaction because he knows it has to be
98.
A-game stuff from here on in if he is to get those 3 holes of throw.
For 6th 180 for Niels Zonneveld.
100.
This could happen, you know. This could be happening. Imagine if he were to beat Michael van Gerwen, who averaged 107 against him last week, by the way. And he beat him there. And then he beat Littler here.
Niels requires 64.
Got to take your chances, though. Tops. Double 10. It's there for him again.
Niels Zonneveld. 8 leg, Luke throw first. Game on.
Well, Littler's prowess on double 10 is well documented, of course, but I think Zonneveld is almost in the same bracket as certainly on the evidence of what 59. We've seen over the past couple of weeks on the European Tour. Further evidence once again. Cool as you like from Niels Zonneveld. Look at that, the legs he's won as well. All 15 darts or fewer.
Leg 3, by the way, Niels Zonneveld missed double 10 and double 5. Could have won that leg. If he'd taken that chance, I know it's all ifs and buts. Could have been 5-2 up. Against the Luke Littler averaging 105. Check. Nearly 107.
Another one, surely.
140.
Treble 20 bets starting to take a bit of a pounding from these two.
Right, where's Niels going to be? Tom 40 leaves him a 2-darter. An 80 be even better.
Loads of room.
Now let's see if Littler goes the bull here. Or does he go the 18s route? Change the route and he's made it awkward. Luke Littler's under pressure here.
56.
Yeah, change of tack and a change of operation there for Littler going to the 18s. But the first start really was a bit of a hindrance for him. Zonneveld looking at tops once again. That was a bit of a loosener down for double 10 though instead. And this time double 10 is not his friend. It lets him down just when he needed it the most as well.
Still not a gimme. He'll get 1 dart. That's all he'll get. Is that, yes, it is tops. And he is there. I wasn't sure if that single 12 was there. But Luke Littler breathes a sigh of relief and levels the game. But the fact remains that Niels Zonneveld has won 4 legs and had multiple darts to win 2 more. He has had enough chances in enough legs to beat Littler. He still has a pretty good chance of doing so.
He now needs 2 holes of throw, but he was a double 10 away there from a 5-3 lead. And that extra break of throw could have made all the difference. It might still be enough, but Littler is in the red stuff once again here as he kicks off with another 180.
99.
Looks like so many good things are coming to Niels Zonneveld this year. He gets better and better. Oh, Luke Littler, rejected from the board.
20.
Yeah, a wry smile on the face of Luke Littler after that one, but 5 perfect darts out of 6. That's a brilliant recovery from Zonneveld as well. But will it be enough?
100. Niels record 146.
Pressure for Zonneveld on this visit. 146 with Littler waiting in the wings on 101. If he stays there. Double 13. Oh, absolutely stunning from Niels Zonneveld. He had his options there, but he went for the 13s instead. He stayed on the treble 20, and it paid dividends. And he's now one hole to throw away, and Luke Littler is really under the cosh now.
This is world class from Niels Zonneveld. He was 3-1 down, and he has won 4 of the next 5 legs with some astonishingly good darts. One more leg required for Luke Littler's unbeaten streak at the Belgian Darts Open to be brought to an end.
Another 12 darter as well, and Littler straying wayward here as well.
41.
This is not Luke Littler playing the first game of the day being caught cold. The man's averaging 106. This is just Niels Zonneveld standing up to him and playing world-class darts.
121. This
is... I don't think he's gone. He could go back-to-back 180s in a minute. Well, he won't do that because he busted his score, but Niels Zonneveld might just take him out of the game. He's got a match-winning shot.
Squeezing that final treble 20 in there, and he has the opportunity. He will look at 158, having taken out 146 in a champagne moment a few minutes ago.
He quit. He threw that. That was so casual. Can he beat Littler? Can he beat Littler with a 158? Match start missed, but he will get more.
Wow. 158 checkout, not quite happening for Zonneveld, but he returns looking at 38 once again, double 19, a little bit wayward on the first attempt. He's opted to split it instead. Big moment, double 14. Oh.
10. Luke, you require 136.
Well, there was no hesitation. He made the decision quickly. Oh, Luke Littler. Really? Good. Oh, you are ridiculous. You are absolutely ridiculous. What a talent, what nerve. He has survived 2 match darts in a leg where it looked like he'd given up and plucks out 3 perfect to save himself.
Game.
Keeping it calm, keeping it composed. Into the decider we go. Niels Zonneveld now needs to get out of the traps quickly here. 100 might not be enough. Littler suddenly has the bit between his teeth once again. And just look at him go. Oh, just look at him go. The hugest of let-offs in the previous leg, and now all of a sudden Littler making his move.
I don't even know what that noise that's been going around the crowd is.
95.
It's sort of like awe.
.58.
Just the 58. Niels Zonneveld can still win this. Maybe he already should have won it.
59.
Zonneveld squandering 3 match darts, 2 of them on double 19. Littler
57.
Started well in this leg, but only 57 scored there, and Zonneveld can make his move from here. That was desperately close to a 140. That would have left a very gettable 107. He's in position anyway, but Littler here can really apply some pressure. Needs a treble, though.
58.
Just the 58, my word.
147.
1 point between them after 10.5 legs of play. 17. He's got another match dart. Niels Zonneveld, that is utterly magnificent. It looked like he might have missed his chance, but he becomes the first player ever to beat Littler here at the Belgian Darts Open. From 3-1 down, this young man keeps producing world-class displays. He beat Van Gerwen last week. He's become the first to beat Littler this week in Belgium. An astonishing comeback, a brilliant game, and even the wonder that is Luke Littler could not escape Zonneveld today.
To tame 1,000 horsepower, you have to kill the fear. But you can't outrun the noise inside your own head. Stop spinning out. Check out Horeca now.